So I have made a lot of how powerful is the skater, how powerful is Saba, how powerful is Zoro, how powerful is Sanji, how powerful is the skater. But it seemed like I've been ducking and not doing one on a very important character, and that's been Monkey D. Luffy. So in this video I am going to talk about it, and I'm going to explain how powerful is truly Monkey D. Luffy is in the world of One Piece. So in this video I'm going to go through every feats and every power up that Luffy have gone through, and I'm going to power rank how strong is Luffy. So I hope you guys like the video and subscribe. Make me start with one of Luffy's most powerful thing in his arsenal, and that's been his Death Fruit. Luffy's a very powerful guy with his Death Fruit. He's very creative, he's strong with his Death Fruit, and I think Luffy is a base and perfect person to have the Death Fruit, because basically at the start, before you awaken the fruit, you would begin with a very weak fruit, and that's like only using rubber stuff. You can only make your body stress, and you can only use your body as like a rubber. You can only do certain stuff with your body being made of rubber. So that's before Luffy awakened his Death Fruit. He was a rubber man. When he awakened his fruit, the guy literally turned into God. The guy literally turned into anime One Piece God. He turned into Nika / Joe Boy / Gear 5th. So Luffy turned into a mythic giant Death Fruit being Nika. So basically what the fruit does is just allow you to have a very good ability. It allow you to like take punches very good, durability, endurance, strength, speed, everything would increase. All of your physical like stuff would increase by a lot, and that goes with every giant Death Fruit or mythic giant or whatever like giant type Death Fruit you have. Your physically attacks would go through the roof, and your endurance, the ability, strength, speed, whatever you have would go through the roof. And the Nika fruit also gives Luffy a weird like power where Luffy can literally whatever thing he imagine, it can happen. And when he imagines stuff, it will come out in rubber, because Luffy's a rubber man. Down in his heart, down in the beautiful heart of his, he's a rubber man. So whatever thing Luffy can imagine and embrace, the thing will be created. Luffy is very creative with his Death Fruit, very powerful with his Death Fruit, as I say, and I don't want to repeat myself like a cat. But Luffy, the way he's so creative with his Death Fruit is like unreal. Like honestly, also plus Luffy being a creative human being and having one of the most creative Death Fruit is making Luffy even more powerful. If he gives this Death Fruit to like a Zoro, I don't think Zoro would make this Death Fruit OP. The fact that Luffy, how his brain works, is making this Death Fruit OP. If you give this fruit to like a Kaido, I don't think Kaido could like turn this fruit into the most OP. If you give this fruit to a Usopp, to a Buggy, to a Luffy, they can turn the fruit into one of the most powerful things, and that's what Luffy is doing with the mythic zone Nika fruit. So Luffy can literally, whatever thing he imagines can turn into real life, but into a rubber form. Whatever he can think can happen, whatever he do can happen. He is literally have the Toon Force in his hand. This guy's literally Toon Force. This guy's a cartoon character. So that's his Death Fruit. It's very powerful. And the fact that once he awakens his fruit, just by him awakening his fruit, that allow him to beat Kaido, and Kaido is top 5 in the verse, top 10 in the verse, you could say. Kaido is a very powerful guy, and if Luffy didn't awaken his Death Fruit, he would lose the fight, I would say. So thanks to Luffy's Death Fruit use and awaken his Death Fruit, that allow Luffy to beat Kaido. So the Death Fruit is very powerful, and that's his Death Fruit. Even though Luffy is one of having the best Death Fruit in the verse, having the best OP Death Fruit, we can't talk about Luffy's Death Fruit and we can't mention his Haki use in a video that's about power scaling Luffy. So Luffy's Haki is honestly at the moment is top 5, but in One Piece as a whole, like putting everyone in one big circle and power ranking everyone that's from One Piece, Luffy's top 20, but in the current days he's top 5 of his Haki abilities. Luffy Haki goes crazy, man. Luffy Haki is like unreal. The guy have all 3 types of Haki, and he has advanced Haki on top of his radical and his normal Haki. So let me give you like some few example. Luffy have Operation Haki that is base Haki based, but then on top of his Operation Haki, his normal Operation Haki, the guy has an advanced form of the Haki, being Future Sight Haki, where Luffy can literally see 3 to 2 seconds in the future, and being in a fight that could help a lot. So Operation Haki just allow the user to predict and to see people through burdens and predict people movement. So Operation Haki is good. It's like spider sense in a way, and Future Sight just tells you the future and give you a direct information of what is going to happen in the fight. Then we have Armor Haki, which Armor Haki is very base and very simple. Armor Haki just allow the user to pause, get harder, pause, and to allow you to hit people harder, pause. Then you have Advanced Armor Haki, which give you the ability to not directly hit a person, but to hit a person and to attack the person and to deal damage, not in the outside of the people or the human being on the skin. It allows the user to hurt and damage them from the inside. So Armor Haki just hit you very hard. Then Rio Advanced Armor Haki just attack the body in. So that's very simple. If you don't understand, just go Google it, like really. Then when you come to Congress Haki, might be the most confusing one, but how I understand Congress Haki, how me as a YouTuber, if you guys disagree, you guys can go comment below, because I know you guys like to comment nowadays with some with guns. But Congress Haki just allow the person to put their will on another person and to make them go night, not forever, but let him sleep for like a 5 minutes, a quick nap. Then you have Advanced Congress Haki, which really I don't understand how it works, but I think Advanced Congress Haki just allow attack to go harder, hit harder. I can't explain it, like really I can't explain that. I need to watch a video on it or something, but that's his Haki, and that is Advanced Congress Haki or Advanced Suicide, Advanced Armor Haki, stuff like that. So and Luffy has all 3 types of Haki in the advanced form of it, and not even Zoro has all 3 types of Haki in advanced, but it's not like clean with it, it's not smooth with it like Luffy. Rob Lucy don't even have all 3 types, Marco don't even have all 3 types, Law don't even, Sanji, Jinbei, I think Boa Hancock does, King does not. Like very powerful people in the One Piece universe has Haki, but they don't have all three types of Haki, and they don't have the advanced form, which would take you like longer and would make you stronger. So that's Haki. Now it's time to go into the physical part of Luffy. So let me just say straight away, Luffy is a very strong boy. Luffy is one of the strongest human being ever. Like honestly, Luffy, if you put Luffy like next to all the different races, Luffy is very strong for his size, for his human, for Luffy being a human and competing with the different race in his One Piece is very impressible. And Luffy's very young, he's like 20 at the moment, I think so, but Luffy's very strong. It's a very strong boy key, and Luffy's very fast, and especially when Luffy go into Snake Man, who I think is one of Luffy's fastest form, and Gear 2 is also very fast. Bounce Man slow, Take Man slow. Gear 5th, Nika Joe Boy, when he awakens his Day of Fruit, is very strong. Not very, I know, yeah, he's very strong, but it's also extremely fast. Luffy Gear 2, Snake Man, and Gear 5 is speedy. It's very speedy. Gear 5, Luffy could react to lightning and cast the lightning with his hands. That's a feat by itself. Luffy to react to lightning going next to him and just grabbing that mid-air. Just saying. So his reaction speed is incredible. His normal speed, his fighting skills is very fast. He's a very fast guy, but not the fastest. But he is fast. Luffy strong, fast. When it comes to fights, Luffy got a very good IQ, because in every fight he goes to, he would pick up some tricks in the fight, and in the fight he would get stronger, and after the fight he would get stronger. And we know every time two Haki people fight, during the fight and after the fight, the two Haki guys would become stronger naturally and upgrading their Haki to be even more stronger. And which Luffy does that a lot, and he does learn throughout his fight, because he learned Future Sight from Katakuri when Luffy was like losing, and when Katakuri was beating Luffy's butt. Like Luffy did learn Future Sight from fighting against Katakuri. And then the same thing happened with Kaido. Luffy did learn advanced Conqueror's Haki while he was fighting Kaido. So Luffy got a thing where he pick up like techniques or fights or like bags, like tricks when you fight against people that would outmass him. So good IQ, very strong, very smart, good fighting IQ, not normal IQ, because Luffy's dumb as hell. But his endurance is poor, man. His endurance is the most poor thing that I ever seen in my life. His endurance is poor boy. That's his nickname. Endurance poor boy, because Luffy, his endurance so bad. The guy couldn't fight. When he fought against Katakuri, he was fine off on, fighting, running, fighting, hiding against Katakuri for 10 hours straight. Then with Kaido, Luffy got beat up 4 different times. He got smashed through the ground, and the second last time he got really damaged from Kaido. Like when Kaido hit him off the island, Luffy had to rest for a little bit, eat some food, then he went back to fight Kaido. So Luffy endurance is quite poor, it's very bad. But the ability is a different story. Luffy have a very hard head. Luffy can tank a lot of damage and receive the damage, and then he can take out the damage again. So the fact that he could take that many damage from Kaido with the advanced Conqueror's Haki, which I think Kaido Conqueror's Haki is top 5 like ever in the whole One Piece universe. Kaido have top 5 or top 10 very powerful advanced Conqueror's Haki, and we've seen Kaido has put the whooping on Luffy, but Luffy keep getting back up. So his endurance is elite. So that's all when it comes to Luffy stuff. And I forgot to say this about Luffy's Day Fruit. Luffy awakening a Day Fruit is a very big feat, because there's only a few people that have awakened their fruit. Doflamingo, Luffy, Big Mom, Kid, Law, those 5, and the 6 Gosei's, so that's 11, and other people, but we haven't seen it. But there have been only 11 people in the whole One Piece verse to awaken the Day Fruit. I don't think Kaido was awakened, by the way. I don't think Kaido was awakened, because it seemed like Kaido focused more on Haki than his Day Fruit. But anyways, that can be a whole different story. So I think Luffy's awakening a Day Fruit is such a big feat, because only 11 people have awakened the Day Fruit. So yeah, so let's quickly go past this, and now it's time to power scale Luffy in the proper way. I think Luffy is currently top 10. Currently Luffy is top 5 in the verse, and I'm gonna make a video of my top 10 currently One Piece skaters currently. But Luffy is definitely top 5. He have made the list on top 5. But when it comes to the One Piece as a whole, the whole time, every character in One Piece ranker, Luffy is top 15 to top 20 at base. Yeah, you know what? Luffy's top 15 not currently, but out of the whole One Piece history, and currently Luffy's top 5. So that's a video. I hope you guys like the video. I hope you guys subscribe, and I'm going to see you guys later. Goodbye.